tour of a 2025 Aston Martin DB12. This car is supposed to be in the exterior paint called Quantum Silver, but it looks very much like a dark metallic gray and actually not silver at all, except for the wheels I optioned it with. The entire car is basically just supposed to... entire car is optioned to look exactly like James Bond's car in the movie called Quantum of Solace. Car guy is trying to figure out how to pop open the engine hood here. I never show you guys the engine because I don't know anything about it and I don't really care about it, but this is a twin turbocharged V8. Gonna make about 675 horsepower. I need to double check that, but I guess he wants you guys to be able to see it. It looks super sporty. I like the front here. It's got these little lips, these like checkered lips sticking out on each side. Very cute. Front, I would say you definitely don't want to be caught in a race with this thing. It's gonna pass you. And it comes with this really adorable hunter green badging on the front and the back. I like the silver, and the brake calipers are kind of like a dark matte gray. Maybe we should paint them so they pop a little bit more. Just my production crew at work on set. I bet I would be able to figure it out. This will take me 2 seconds. Production crew was actually helpful getting the trunk open for you guys. So what you're looking at is the twin turbocharged V8 engine that I mentioned before. That's as much detail as I can give you. A lot of car parts that I like to usually see hidden. I would say the two twin turbos are probably right here and right here just because of those two pipes. More of a front girl myself, I just think that's more useful. Okay, this car was handmade in Great Britain. And final inspection, actually, it looks like it was done by Pedro Costa, so shout out to Pedro. I never understand the point of looking at the engines, to be very honest with you. So I love how heavy the key is, and it's in this dark gray metallic color. It literally feels like a brick, it's so heavy. Only buttons I'm seeing on it is lock, unlock, and you can pop the trunk. Maybe we'll try that, see how big it is. All right, production is really getting in the shots here. Back here. I heard a little click. It's come in this velvety material, which is kind of similar to like jewelry boxes. So if you have fancy belongings, it will protect them. Like maybe you can pull this, but I'm afraid of what pulling that would do. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. Those are up. There's no like push button, so you have to do it manually, which is a little bit frustrating. I think the back end of the car looks really, really good. It looks super sporty. Pretty solid material, whatever they went for with that pattern. And I like the little pattern they have back here that's all metal, like by the exhaust pipes. The handles you have to push in or else you won't be able to get a grip on them to get inside.
The unlock button so they pop out so people can see that too.
Shut up. Production has informed me that if you press unlock, the door handles will open for you, so let's do that. Oh, okay, that's much more low effort. I like that. That concludes exterior tour. Let's go inside. These doors are called swan doors, I think just because they open a little bit like a bird wing. I think that's a really cute reference. Good inspo from the animal community. Production always turns the car upside down like this, and I absolutely hate it, so I'm gonna fix that in a second, but here's the inside before it's turned on. Very muted in here, just all black interior, classic look, or something a little more colorful, like even like a navy blue would really elevate this, but let's turn it on. Now, it's not just a two-seater car. There is seats back here. You can see that one and that one. You just have to be really, really tiny to get in there. Seats on the Aston Martin have this silver stitching, little contrast stitching. I think it looks really great. Whole thing is quilted leather, just so luxurious, absolutely gorgeous. Heated and ventilated. Even the storage on this is quilted leather, so you open that up. Storage is pretty small, but obviously you have those back seats for storage as well, and you get a couple of C-plugs in here and a little cigarette plug. Buttons to adjust your seat and everything are actually going to be here on the driver's side, so I need to move my seat back just so the camera gets a better angle. We'll do it like this. You want the engine to be a little bit louder, move it into Sport Plus mode. Like this. I don't know what GT means, to be honest, but Sport and then Sport Plus are the ones that I'm familiar with. And then you'll really be able to hear it rev as you drive. Steering wheel is just a nice, very smooth leather. You get the hunter green badging inside as well. That just looks so freaking fancy. And you get checkered paddle shifters on your left and your right side. I don't know how to use those, so I'm not gonna even really talk about them, but whole lot of checkering, like your whole center console here is gonna be a soft matte checkering. I much prefer wood accents to this checkering pattern, but it's fine. Let's adjust the ambient lighting. I know it's a little bit hard to see because it's the daytime, but they do have, wow. Wait, they actually have such a range of colors. That is so cool. They even get out into the pastels here. Obviously very hard to see because it's nighttime, but you can turn them all the way up and put whatever color you want. I misspoke earlier. 671 horsepower, 0 to 60 is 3.6 seconds. So this is like a little jet. And they do cap the top speed at 202 miles per hour. So I can't imagine you would want to go more than 90 ever. But if you're like a little daredevil, they're not gonna let you do that, okay? 202 is max. I think the DB12 starts around 200, 250, probably 250. This one is optioned up to 350, so she's a fancy, fancy Aston Martin. Apparently Bowers & Wilkins is like one of the more expensive speaker systems, so it does come with that. You get a speaker there, in the corner here, and in each door. This does have Apple CarPlay. One thing I really like though is this little smart climate feature where you can just tap it and be like, oh, I want to warm up my hands. And it will probably turn on the steer. Oh! I just think it's really cute that it's like, oh, do you want to warm up your feet or warm up your hands? That was like an overwhelming blast of hot air to warm me up, which I'm in Florida right now, so I definitely don't need that. Useful if you're in New England in the winter right now. I mean, y'all could use this. Some sports cars I've seen like don't have many cup holders, and this one is able to hold 2 coffees, so that is super helpful. Or you can close it up if you just want more of a like a sleek, clean look. What I love on this car is just how like heavy duty the buttons are. So like to rotate the fan, it just feels like really heavy. Same thing as the key. I think they're made of the same material. And like the gear shifter, it's really simple to do it at like the tap of a finger. Cameras are really nice, and when you're actually parking this thing, these little lines like around your car, they'll kind of like bump in if you get close to something. It's really unique. I haven't seen it on any other car. Screen behind the driver looks pretty clean. Obviously it's just your speed and like the normal stuff, how hot your engine is and all that. I've gone on a couple mini test drives in this, and she is definitely ready to whip. Even though it's a very understated car, like if me just looking at it before I knew anything about any cars, I'd probably just be like, oh, it's like a weird sports sedan. I don't think I would look at it and be like, that's a $350,000 sedan. But people that know cars notice it, so it gets a lot of looks from like men, like old men, which is not always great, but that's like every sports car. That's who you're gonna attract. It's not ladies, you're gonna attract old men. I reviewed a double one before, and this one specifically just has a way better infotainment system, way better cameras. Everything just looks a lot better on this one. I don't know if it's just because it's 2025 or if it's because it's the DB12, but this looks way, way better. All right, one other great thing about this car is that it's a convertible actually. So you can go top down and let everybody see you, catch a little tan as you drive down the road. So let's put the top down. I haven't done that before. I do see a little button that looks like a convertible, so I'm guessing it's with that. Oh, so easy. That was actually such a fast process. That probably took like 10 seconds, and now I can catch all the rays I want to. Hope you guys enjoyed your little tour of the cutie Aston Martin, and I'll see you next time. Love you guys.